Heard a lot about this show, the ex-candidates.
This has been a pretty thorough interview.
These institutions which we've been told to respect and trust are actually completely untrustworthy.
Have you confirmed that you are negative before attending tonight if you are unvaccinated?
I still see people with masks on and driving, and they're in the car by themselves.
So you can pay my electricity bill, you thinking little spit.
We're teaching them about what it means to be a pansexual instead of teaching them how to do your taxes.
It's no for me. I say no to the voice.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the ExCandidates. My name is Stephen Tripp, and as always, I'm joined by the One Nation candidate for Campbelltown, Adam Zara. How are you going tonight, Adam?
I'm pretty good, Stephen. How you going, mate?
I'm good. Are you still coming down from the interview with Dr. Peter McCulloch?
Yeah, I finally started breathing again. I think I held my breath for about that whole hour.
And my heart stopped pumping so much. Hopefully I can talk properly tonight.
Yeah,
and on tonight's episode, we are joined by MK Singh, who will be the One Nation candidate for Parramatta. How are you tonight, MK?
Good, Stephen, and hi, Adam.
How you going, Mritunjay?
All good, all good.
Did Adam say it correctly?
Yes, he pronounced my name correctly.
Yes, excellent. Well, I'm not going to go down that path tonight. I'll have to practice it a little bit more off air. But can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your background?
I'm a teacher. I've taught 30 years in Australia and 2 other countries before. And so I've taught history, and I'm currently teaching maths. And I'm running 4 community language schools at the same time. We started these community language schools along with few other people. And that is the largest group of Hindi schools in Sydney today. And we are a bunch of about 40 volunteers who run those schools.
Excellent, excellent. And how long have you lived in Australia now?
More than 20 years.
Fantastic. Wow. Yeah. And you're from India originally?
Yes, I'm from India.
So why One Nation? Why have you decided to put your hand up for the party to represent the people of Parramatta?
So I am a teacher, and I see certain things which are not right in the education system here. And I feel when I read the One Nation policies, I felt One Nation had the real solution to the problems that are there in the current education system in Australia and in New South Wales.
Yeah, it's very similar to reasons why I believe Stephen and I both, decided to run for One Nation at various times. It's a full-on commitment, isn't it, for an individual? If you're going to come out of the public or out of the private sector and come into the public spotlight, and you're going to have to talk about, real issues and be exposed to criticisms, you have to find party policies that actually align with you, don't you?
That's correct, and that's why I chose party line where it was fitting my character, my way of thinking, and my conviction. So if you choose a party where your convictions are totally in a different direction than the party conviction and guideline, then you are starting on a day-to-day struggle. You will be always watching out, and your expressions and will say something else, but you would be uttering something else. Here, I don't need to bother.
Absolutely. So you'd be actually lying, really. If you were argument's sakes with another party, i.e. Labor or Liberal, and you weren't really following their ideals, but you're pretending to do that, then you're not being honest from the start. Whereas at least if you find the party lines that you follow, you kind of you're already on a good foot because you're already telling the truth.
That's
so good on you.
And you don't have to remember too many lies then.
Well, that's exactly right.
That's right. There's no point lying because you just end up getting into trouble. But MK, now, according to the government's hand-picked curriculum review of Professor Jeff Masters, New South Wales has the fastest falling school academic results in the world. Now, I spoke to you off air and you said that you have a particular way of teaching the students, and everywhere you've gone, you've achieved some sort of success. Can you just expand on that and let us know what your thoughts are with that?
See, let's come first to the methods of teaching. If you can relate the teaching to the student's real life, if you can relate how relevant it is, automatically you have an audience in the class which is open with their eyes, ears, and their brain, and they are receptive to what you are talking about, how you teach, and they receive everything that you are doing, or at least a significant portion of it. But if you are teaching, your teaching methods are very repetitive and rote learning kind of a method, then of course you're going to put off the students. It's going to be boring. So that's the part where I feel that I can easily relate to the students, where they begin their journey from. And I always do a lot of informal testing in the classroom. Not test means paper and pen and they are in an exam situation, but I'm observing day to day, whatever they are working on, I'm seeing what they are doing, and I use that as my guideline where to build next. And I always relate it to the students' life, and they always come up to my expectations in my classrooms.
So if you walk into a classroom that's not achieving academically, what are the first steps that you'd like to address? What's the first thing?
The classroom climate. Like I always link myself, like if I have two classes and both the classes are different, like if I were teaching advanced maths, my method would be different. And if I'm teaching extension maths, my method would be different. If I'm teaching standard maths, the kind of clientele that we get differently. So if I know my students to begin with, that's a good beginning. And then I build my base on where are the students, what is their pre-knowledge that they come with. And then I build from there and take them one step at a time. But always expecting something which is realistic. Do not over expect from the students, because then you will let them down. Because if they cannot come up to you, your expectations, then in your eyes, they can see that you're unhappy and they seem to be failing every moment. So if you build realistic expectations and slowly and gradually take them one step at a time in where you want them to go, they will come up to your expectation. And you have to design lessons. You have to spend time in knowing each and every student of your class, because the class is made of individuals. So you can't treat them as one fits all. So you have to have different strategies for different individuals and the groups that exist in your class. And that's how I build my lesson. And it always is fruitful, and the students always appreciate that.
MK, you sound very passionate, and you seem like you have a great passion for teaching, which I could already imagine that makes your students very lucky. Do you feel that the passion for teaching, across the from the teachers has gone downward? Have you find that maybe they have to teach things, or the curriculum's so crazy and complex now that the passion of teaching has been taken out of it for teachers? That's why we could also be struggling with our educating our young ones.
There are a couple of things, like looking at it from the teacher's point of view. When I go to the staff room and where I work, and where I have worked in multiple schools in remote areas in New South Wales, and very hard to staff schools and hard to teach schools, which many teachers say, I have seen that the teachers really work hard. But what demotivates them, and we will overcome the post-truth world and the fake narratives.
Awesome.
Man, we've learned a lot this episode. But just to finish off, because to be honest, I could talk to you for a lot longer, but we need to let you go. If someone walks to you up on the street and says, "MK, what do you stand for as the One Nation candidate for Parramatta?" What's the quick spiel that you give them?
I'll say I'll stand for your child's right to learn in the classroom, your child's teacher's right to be able to teach in a classroom. I will tell them that you have right to know why is your electricity bill going up, is your power and is the energy security guaranteed? Why do we not trust the high technology and science enough in our day-to-day business and policies? If Japan can sit on 85%, France can sit on 85% nuclear energy. Japan can sit on what you call them, a place which is the most unstable Earth, and they are building the safest nuclear power plants. We are sitting on the safest continent, which has the least plate tectonic movements, and we do not trust the nuclear energy. Are we living in Stone Age?
And we've got the most uranium.
And we got the most uranium. So you want to inhale the coal slowly, but you will not take to more secure and more reliable source of energy. Where is the intelligence gone? We need to have more intelligent students coming out of our classrooms, trusting science and technology, and building an intelligent nation.
The intelligence went when we went into the post-truth world.
Well, MK, thank you very much for coming on. I look forward to meeting you at an event somewhere down the line. Now, just to quickly touch on events coming up, we have this one here, the 2023 Climate and Energy Forum, 2nd of February at the DYRSL. Now, Adam, you're going to be one of the speakers there. Mark Latham, Craig Kelly, John Ruddick, Dr. Peter Ridd is coming all the way down to Sydney for it. Are you excited, Adam? Have you got your speech all prepared?
No, I'm just formulating ideas. I got some ideas. I got some good stuff happening. But that's this week. I'll have to start focusing on that.
Yeah. Now the tickets are free. I heard that there was a big jump. One Mark Latham posted on his social media. So please come along. MJ, MK, do you have your ticket yet?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Yes, I'm coming.
Maybe we can meet you there. So yeah, come down. It should be a good event. Joel Jamal will be the host. He'll be live streaming to Turning Point Australia as well. If you outside of Sydney and you can't make it, but that will be a big event. MK, look, I'm really looking forward to catching up with you on the campaign trail. Hopefully I can come out and give you a hand, and I'd love to have you back on the show too, because I know we spoke a little bit of modern history offline, so I'd love to really maybe go into the history of India and Pakistan and some of the other surrounding countries.
Lovely. And that's what no one wants to touch, especially in the post-truth world. No one wants to touch the real causes for the partition of India, which caused one of the greatest misery to the humanity. The greatest genocides happened at that time. And it is one of the most forgotten part of the history. And it really needs to be talked about. Why did two brothers which eat the same food, similar kind of food, they have the same genetic makeup, why did they start killing each other? No one wants to talk about it. No leftist historian dares to touch it, the real cause of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately that seems to be a common thread in a lot of places around the world. But
yes.
Look, I promise that we'll have you back, because I'm fascinated by those sorts of topics. Obviously, it will have to be after the election, because we're going to have a busy few weeks and months ahead. But
Might
we'll
be able to
definitely
teach me something.
Oh, we all learn from each other. We all have had long life journeys elsewhere. And many times what I might say may not be perfect, but in people's company, when you say things in public and if you say something wrong, you learn, you apologize and move on. And then say, oh, that was probably not the best thing I said. So what happens? You just say it. Speaking in public is like thinking aloud. And really giving a thought to what is really truth.
Yeah, well, as you said before, if you speak the truth, then you don't have anything to worry about. If you start lying, that's when you get muddled up.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Please share this out. We're getting deleted off YouTube, so we've got all our socials there on the screen: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gab, and Getter. And you can email us as well. If you have a guest that you think that we should interview, feel free to email us. We're happy to speak to anyone. And yeah, please share. We'll be on Spotify and Rumble, so please share that out to everyone. And please get behind MK as well if you're looking to volunteer or support him in any way. Please reach out to him. Where can people contact you, MK? Do you have your social media up now?
I have my Facebook page, and my campaign Facebook page is going to be active in a day or two. You have my number, and I'm also going to have my Instagram started very soon.
How can people email you? Do you have an email address?
Yes, I can give you my email address. Do you want me to type it out somewhere?
No. If you just
I'll spell out the words.
Yeah.
M for Michael, R for Roger, I for India, T for Tango, Y for yellow, U for umbrella.
Do you have a campaign email? A One Nation email?
MADDY.
But do you have a One Nation Parramatta at?
Yes, Parramatta at One Nation. What is that address? Parramatta at New South Wales onenation.org.au, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen for everyone.
We'll put that up on the screen. Don't give everyone your personal email, mate. Like,
okay. Okay.
You'll be inundated. You'll be inundated with trolls going, mate.
Okay.
Mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll stick to the one that we'll put the One Nation email up there if anyone wants
One
to
Nation
volunteer. Yeah.
Parramatta at NSW onenation.org.au.
Yep, that's it. Great, awesome. All right, thank you, MK, and thank you, Adam, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
See ya.